Hi, welcome to Energy Talks with Miss Bri. My name is Bri. I'm an intuitive astrologer, I'm a highly sensitive energy coach, and I have learned through various modalities how to regulate the highly sensitive experience. And so today I'm here to share with you about one of the tools that I use, and that is meditation. I feel like a lot of people, when they think about meditation, they instantly think of where you quiet your mind and keep everything silent as you're sitting there in meditation. But I wanted to kind of explain different meditations that I do that help me out a lot, that aren't that kind of meditation that might help other people out there as well. So first I'm going to talk about visual meditation. Okay, so the goal of visual meditation is not to silence your mind, it's more to direct your energy flow through your body, or at least that's what I think about it. I do many different visual meditations, and there's a lot of people you can follow and out there that have great meditations. I've done a few meditations by Lori Rising. She's great. But I learned a lot of my visual meditations through my shamanic training, and through reading books, really. I read a lot of these books that have a lot of visual meditations that I really enjoy. So essentially, it's you picture your energetic body, and a lot of people have a hard time thinking of their energetic body because most people think of their bodies as physical or mental, but we have an energetic body that we can picture as well, as where we can sense where buildups and blockages are in our energetic body. So essentially what that means is picturing light as, I kind of picture light as water. But everyone can picture it differently, but I picture it as water falling through my energy body, or a lot of times it'll seem like a river, or just like light shining, light moving through my body. This is actually what I do throughout my entire day. So I learned as a highly sensitive person that I cannot go throughout my day and be out with other people and engage in the world without doing visual meditation while I'm doing it. And that might just be how sensitive I am. Maybe not everyone is that way, but as I am engaging in situations, I'll actually be moving energy through my body through visual meditation, through picturing this light moving through and cleansing my body. And it helps me still stay in my energy field as I'm out there because I'm so sensitive. I do visual meditations, sitting in quiet meditation as well. I'll normally do yoga and end it with like a visual meditation. I do a visual meditation called the Golden Sun that I learned somewhere, I forget where, but it's essentially I'm sending all of the energy that I've held in my body up into a golden sun, and then I call all the energy back from everywhere that it's been, and it goes up into the golden sun, and then it's almost like I pop it like a balloon, and then the energy falls straight through my body, which really it makes a big difference for me. It's like a big cleansing. And then of course I'm seeding it into the earth as well. I have like roots that send the energy down into the earth. So that's a visual meditation that I do. There's a triangular meditation that I do where I have this like big golden sun or big golden light ball that I'm moving and out, in and up. That cleanses my chakra centers. And so I'll do that up and then down through the throat and down through the heart and down through the stomach, and essentially all the way through. And I end it with like kind of like this whirlpool that's like going up through my energy field. So that's another one that I do. Another thing about visual meditation that is helpful that I've found is when it comes to overthinking, or if you're someone that just can't quiet your mind and you have too many thoughts, it's helpful to actually picture your thoughts visually, and have control over them that way. This takes a lot of awareness, but eventually I was able to do it, and I hope everyone will be able to do it too. But essentially, so let's say I was really upset like about a conversation I had with someone. I would picture that person's face, and maybe it's like a picture of them. So like it's like, this person's like really on my awareness right now. And then I would send that either into the earth, or send it into something like a rose, like sending it love, or I'd send it, really you can do whatever you want with it, whatever you feel like is beneficial for the situation that you're in, but it's just so that it's transmuting that in some way. And this kind of sounds alchemical and more magical, I guess, but this is something that really has supported me when I feel like I'm too trapped in the energy of a situation. I will bring my energy back, and then I will actually visualize it and send it elsewhere. And the more that I do that, and I'm moving it energy wise, it helps a lot. So same thing if you're actually with someone else and they send you something that's so negative and you're like, oh, like it hits your heart. What I do is I take it like energetically and I like throw it out of my energy field into the ground, or I'll transmute it through like into the ground. And so it just like nips it in the bud. But I'm not holding it, but it's also like I'm moving the energy of it through me. So those are some examples of visual meditation that I do every day, all the time. It's really changed my life as a highly sensitive person, directing my energy flow through my channel. I believe it would help a lot of other people too if they really utilized it. But yeah. Oh, I was also going to say that part of my visual meditations, I also bring in these like angel symbols, and they're called Zebu Symbols, and I read it in a book, and also I forget the first person who showed, I think it was my friend Anissa who showed me the book of it. But yeah, they're these symbols that you can actually call in more light by kind of using these symbols, sending these symbols. Like similar thing with Reiki. If you know Reiki, it's like you're calling in more light by using these like symbols. And yeah, so that is what I have for visual meditation. Now I'm going to go into Celtic Shamanic meditation, which is another type of visual meditation, but it's very different than just actively moving light energy through your body. So when it comes to Celtic Shamanic meditation, I do recommend finding someone to train you in it. I imagine there's many out there that have programs that you can look up. My Celtic Shamanic journey has been more intense, and I guess this is why I want to talk about it, is because what I was able to open up during my Celtic Shamanic meditations was really scary And so I would say if you're going to go the route of doing Celtic shamanic meditations and going into your shadow and going deep into these parts to like integrate soul pieces, that you're doing it with a partner, or that you're doing it with someone that's not, that will support you through all of your process. Because it's, even though it's really healing and it evolves your soul probably the quickest out of anything that I've ever done in my life, it is the fallout of your life is the harder part. How can I explain this? So the best way to explain it is like you're going into this other world on the astral and the higher planes and these other dimensions that sit within yourself and within your soul, and you're messing around with these like karmic cycles and all of these really like tender energies that if you're healing it and doing that on that plane, then it will hit hard in the 3D. Like, and I don't, like, nobody really prepared me for that. Like, you know, I just trusted that it was really easy for me to do. I'm just very imaginative, and so I would go in and I'd just be like, oh, I did it, yay, retrieved a soul piece. And then like, you know, a few days later, like something's falling apart in my life and I'm having to like move and go this way and like, you know, change everything because of the work that I did on another plane. So if you're gonna do Celtic shamanic meditation, I recommend that you are ready for it, that you know what it's gonna do to your life, and that you know that like pretty much anything can happen. You're opening up really like a large awareness when you do that meditation. And so I'm not gonna go into the details about how to do it. I'm not gonna do like go into the processes of it. And I just wanted to share that this is the most profound thing that I've ever done, and it does significantly change your life, but I would recommend that you have good support if you decide to do it. So that's Celtic shamanic meditation. I guess I will give an example of what it kind of looks like. So let me think of one. Okay, I'll do this one. So I found out that my power animal was this spider. I have spiders following me around all the time. A spider was on the side of my car for the longest time, just like rebuilding its web, like following me everywhere I went as I was traveling in my Subaru. And so I had this meditation where I saw all these spiders, and they were attacking me pretty much. And like they were like covering me in webs and like wanting to eat me, and like there were like huge ones like in Harry Potter, and I was freaked out. And then I suddenly had this instant awareness, or there was this truth that came out of it of like, this is my fear. And immediately it turned around that I could have these spiders do whatever I wanted. That I can like, that fear doesn't have to control me, like I control my fear. And so I started telling these spiders to go do certain things. I'd tell them to do my bidding, really. I was like a spider princess that was like telling them like to do my bidding. And that was like my first, that was my very first meditation, where I realized that like I had power over my awareness and energy, and it's changed significantly since then. So, yeah, that's a little bit about Celtic shamanic meditation. Okay. Chanting meditation. If you've been to like a Buddhist temple or have worked in that realm of like, or yoga does it too, of like chanting. I do this not often because it's not like my most natural way of meditation, but I do find that when I do chant and meditate, like do the sounds and doing the visual meditations, that there's like a frequency that vibrates within me that makes it a lot more powerful. So I really encourage chanting meditations if you can find ones that you like. I also do kind of sound meditation alongside that. I will play my guitar in certain tones and frequencies. Well, the scales are related to the frequencies, and so if I'm needing more of my root chakra, I'll play a C, so then that will like ground me, and I'll like sing and hum C, and that will like ground my energy. So it's kind of like a musical meditation almost. So that's another way that you can do meditation. There's so many different ways. Another way of meditating that I really love is Qigong, and that's a slow movement meditation that originates in China. I love Qigong because it moves energy through my body in a way that's really natural to maybe me as a Pisces. It might not work for everyone in that way because of everyone has energy moving through them in different ways. But for me as a Pisces, I'm a lot slower and I'm a lot more reflective, and so more flowy, I guess. So as my energy moves and I'm doing Qigong in these slow movements along with the breath, it like is so relaxing and moves energy through my body in a way that brings me back to, I feel like, my most authentic self. So I do Qigong at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. If I'm really feeling like I need it, I do it 3 times a day. But Qigong is great. And yeah, it helps move the breath through the entire body. And people ask me what the difference is between Qigong and Tai Chi. And while I'm not really an expert, I could say that Qigong is more focused on the breath and Tai Chi is more focused on the movement, if that makes sense. So I feel like Qigong is more of a meditation because you're more focused on the breath as you're slowly moving your body. So that's Qigong. And then the last meditation I'll talk about is quiet meditation, which a lot of people, that's the one that people normally think of as you sit in silence. And if you have a hard time sitting in silence and your mind wanders, my recommendation is that you partner visual meditation with your quiet meditation. So instead of sitting there being like, oh, now I'm thinking of that other thing, and now I can't stop thinking about that other thing. It's like, as it moves through your awareness, the thoughts that you have, just like honor them and send them visually somewhere else until you're in a place where you're more centered and like you've moved all of your thoughts through you and you're just, because I feel like thoughts come from fear a lot of the time. So you're thinking things like, oh, I gotta do that, no, I gotta do that, and what if that person didn't like that? And if you're wanting to slow down and move, it's really what it is. It's just moving fear through your body. And so if you're honoring, it's kind of like what I said with the spiders. If you're honoring that fear and moving the fearful thoughts through your body and saying like, yep, I hear you, and you're sending it into the ground or sending it into a rose, as I do, because that's what I learned, then it can't really come to bug you again because you sent it into the rose. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. I think that's all I have to say about meditation for today. I just really felt a strong pull from my guides to talk about this because I feel like a lot of people, think of meditation in one way, and there's so many different ways you can meditate, and they're all for different things. Like if you need to help with the breath, try Qigong. If you want to know more about your inner world and your soul, try Celtic Shamanic meditation. If you want to know how to manage your highly sensitive body because your body is more affected by energy than anything else, try visual meditation. So that's what I have to share for you today. That's what I have to share with you today. If you are interested in any of my services, you can go to starseermysteries.com. I'm offering free mediumship readings there, only one per everyone, just so you can get a kind of sense of how I do things. And it's like a 30 to 40 minute session. And if you're interested in an astrology report, you can book there as well. And if you're interested in highly sensitive energy coaching, which is where we take phone calls and I kind of guide you through the process of managing your highly sensitive body, there are free consults available there as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.